Hello and welcome everybody to Crypto Rosetta. My name is Savage and today we're going to be looking at Ocean. Before we jump into the price action, I just want to say thanks for watching. If you are enjoying the content, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you never miss a video. And why not leave us some feedback down below in the comments section. Always happy to hear from you. Drop it down there, we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Also in the description, you'll find a link to the Discord. Come check it out. It is free to join. Once you enter the Discord, once you're in the general chat area, just add mention member staff will be happy to help you out with anything you may need. Okay, so let's get into the fun stuff. Okay, so what we were looking for here was the potential of forming a bigger five-wave structure if we pass this 4254 in the last video. I have adjusted the count slightly just to save time because it was quite a mess within here. We were looking for those potential extensions and stuff, and we do have a potential for having additional extension in here, and we will talk about that within the video. So make sure you stay tuned. But basically, what I am looking out for here is the potential that this third wave could either be completed already here, or alternatively, we've got this last little leg to the upside, just shown by this green five-wave count. And effectively, this would then be looking for a fourth wave into the zone of this 4171 to this 2894. Should we lose this zone if we do start to move down deeper, this would be my next zone that I'd be looking for support. This 2582 to this 1457 at the lower range. Golden pocket here would be this 2132 to this 2028 zone. So, this could be an important area. 50% would also be this previous top here. So that could actually be important as well. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see if this fails to break down below here. If it does, then we can potentially argue that we've got a bigger move here. So the reason I'm looking out for that is potentially you can count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 into this point like this without achieving this impulsive third wave. But ideally, for it to be a nice, neat move, I'd want to see this teal fourth wave play out here and a fifth wave to the upside. If we do actually break down into this previous fourth wave area, 34 cent, we could still be looking for this push to the upside here and looking for this 80 cent range to the 65 cent 46. So this is something we just need to bear in mind. We could see that actually play out. We move into that area. So within the structure, like I said, we could have this extension here, or this could, and you can count it into this point as well. So this would be basically what I'm looking out for now with this move. If we come into the smaller time frame here, I'm gonna just so we can argue that this is just a fourth wave here as an A, B, and a C to the downside. And what we'd want to see is whether we get this play out as a 1-2, 1-2. So effectively, what we wouldn't want to do is we wouldn't want to drop below this zone here. Let me come a bit closer here so the numbers are clear. We wouldn't want to lose this 786, this 4974, but it would be possible that, like I said, we could be getting some extension in here where we get this is a 1-2, then we get an additional 1-2, and then we look to push up. So what we'd want to see is something like this play out, where we come up again into there, we come back down, potentially retest some of these zones. 50% would be quite an interesting one, or lower down here at this 618, and then actually look for this progression to the upside and a bigger impulsive structure. So the off of that 618, a confirmation of this move to the upside would be looking for a target around here of this 59.46. If we do get up there, effectively, then what we would be looking for is the potential that this is, I'll just remove this. They would be looking at this as a 1, down in here for a 2, this is a 3, get that fourth and a fifth, and then we'd have an additional wave count here, which would be looking for this as an additional 1, 2, this would all become 3, 4, and then have that fifth wave to the upside. So we can see how this could actually look to bring us up into the zone and test the top of this channel, which is currently sitting at this right above us, is sitting at this 59.41. This channel here is slightly higher. Right above us would be the 61 cent area. But if we do play out, like I said, this would be the zone I'd be looking out for, the 66.42 to this 60 cent 88. So that 60 cent area could be quite an important psychological level as well if we do look to push up. I just need to adjust this slightly. Yeah. If we do push up again for another fifth wave, it is possible that it could coincide with a retest on this channel as well. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see how this plays out. We could look to actually retest this channel again and then look to break down. So the other thing that we're talking about is potentially completing into this point here. And what we'd be looking for then effectively would be the fact that we could see a corrective structure playing out to the downside. So this could just simply come back into this channel area. Or alternatively, we could look to break the channel and then actually look to come back and retest some of these lower zones for this wave 4. So we have to just give it a bit of time here and see how this plays out. So I'm looking at this in two ways. I'm going to just turn this off for a second, and we're going to go over this microstructure here. So what we could get is just a simple A, B, and a C to the downside, which the one-to-one would be this 42.85. If this is the case, then we could still be potentially looking for that push to the upside. In one of the, I'll show you in a second, is one of the extensions. But alternatively, what we could be forming here is a start to actually coming back down into this fourth wave zone here, where we form this as an A wave. So this is an A wave. Then we come back up, potentially look to retest um, some of these zones, and then look to break down for that C wave. So that's basically what I'm looking out for. If we do get a bigger structure here playing out, that we'll be coming back into the zone and looking to retest some of these fourths with this fourth wave here really. That would be sort of my target area, this 32, 31. So we'll have to see how it plays out. If, however, we break down from this point and we actually go impulsive, which would actually come by crossing this 39, 39 area. Effectively, then we could be looking for a bigger five-wave structure to the downside. And if we do get something like this, we can count it either as having a 1-2, 1-2, or alternatively, we can call this just a really short fourth wave in here, and then we get a fifth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Basically then we'd be just looking for that to complete, looking for a move back to the upside, and then if we get a five-wave move here, like I was saying, we'd want to see, we'd basically be looking for that evidence of a bigger corrective structure. So we could get something like this play out, which would bring us back into the zone again, like I said, and then we could be looking for that fifth wave to the upside. Okay, so that's what we're looking out for here. Um, it's a bit too early to say. We do have that potential for as long as we hold this low at 45.95 and we don't start to lose these important lows here. If we're looking for extension, then we can look for that fifth wave target still. Um, the other way we were looking at this move is uh, basically I was looking at the potential that we could have an extension. So let me come onto the 4 hour. It's actually probably easier to explain it. So if we do continue to push up here, then we could have this possibility that we talked about in the previous video where we had this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then actually we look for an additional fourth and a fifth, and then only then would we be looking for this bigger fourth wave here. And what we'd be looking for then is effectively it would be much the same idea. We'd be looking for this fourth wave zone um, in the same sort of area, and then we'd be looking for this to play out for another a fifth wave to the upside. But then what we'd be looking for is an additional fourth and a fifth. Obviously, this wouldn't necessarily play out into this channel as we have it marked out here, because once we've completed this orange count here, effectively the channel would be adjusted and we would have to look at it slightly different. But if we do continue to do this, then effectively we can argue that we would be just looking for an additional fifth wave to the upside without perhaps such a deep retracement here. So this is something we're going to have to keep an eye on. Like I said, my primary count still is this normal five-wave move to the upside until it gets broken. Um, this is what I'm anticipating, and then from there we'll have to see how we react. What we want to see here is basically if we're talking about a bigger time scale, if we're looking for bullish potential, we want to complete this five-wave move. We want to come back into this zone here, and then we want to see this next move start to play out as a five-wave structure as well. What we would want to see is we'd want to see this move come up into this zone, come back down for a retracement into some of these areas of support, and then we'd want to see a move clearly above this 1618 number for confirmation of an impulse. If for as long as it doesn't, we could just see a move play out as a to this 1-to-1. Even if we start with this five-wave move here, we could just see this play out to this 1-to-1, and then actually we still look to break down. So that's basically where we are with this. We were looking at the possibility of having a bigger five-wave structure on the daily. From this point, we were looking at this as a one, two, three, five, and then we're looking to have a really short fourth wave, but we've actually come up into this zone, so we can't look at it like that anymore. I'm just going to turn the smaller time frame counts off. So what we were looking for was something like this. And what happened here is we've actually come up to too high now for this to be valid. We didn't come down enough. The only way that this would potentially still be valid is we'd have to move these, and basically it would have to be a diagonal if that's the case, and we'd have to argue that we're going to get a five-wave move here, but it's not allowed to cross this wave too. And it's already getting quite large. I think it's probably, let's have a look at something here quickly. I didn't actually check this earlier. So for the most part, a diagonal is not out of the question. We'd have to say that we completed into here though. So we'd have to say that this is a five-wave structure, and actually we have this playing out where that's a one, two, three, four, and a five into there. So yeah, I mean, for the most part, this hasn't invalidated it. It only invalidates by crossing this high point here, and that's $1.44. We could still see a five-wave structure play out here to the downside and make this a leading diagonal made up of five-wave structures. That would, however, indicate that we're only going to get a three-wave move up and then a continuation to the downside. So we'll have to see if it does play out. But now that we've actually broken this zone, I'm rather looking at it that the option is more likely that we have something like this playing out, where we just have this as a ABC, and then actually we're forming an X wave. So we've got two ways we can look at this. We can change this count slightly and complete it here, and then we have a flat correction as an X. So this is what we got to be careful with here. You know, if we do actually break down here in a bigger five-wave structure, or rather a bigger three-wave structure would be ideal if we're going to look for this move. We could still look at this either as a WX and a Y, or an A, a B, and a C. If it's a C wave, then we could actually look to still break these lows with a bigger five-wave move to the downside. And effectively, that 1-to-1 would actually be down here at this 3 cent 55. So you just need to be careful with this one because it could actually still roll over at this point. We haven't actually broken this channel line yet, and this has been made off of the bottoms here and pulled up to the top. So we only have one touch point at the top end, so this can adjust. I have also drawn it with these yellow lines on the diagonal like this, slightly different. So if we do push up into this zone deeper, this could be an area we actually look to retrace from. So keep an eye on that area. Currently, right above us, sitting at about 80 cent. So it's just an area of interest. So this could still play out. We need to just give it a bit of space. Like it is also possible we form something like this, where we form that ABC to the upside, and then actually, this whole thing becomes an X wave corrective move, and we still break down. So we just got to be careful with this. We want for confirmation. We want to see that fourth and fifth play out nice and clear. Then we want to see that retracement in a three-wave move. Then we want to see this move actually start to come up here and take some of these high points, like this 41.57, $1.41.57. That would be ideal, what we would want to see for confirmation that we have a bigger structure playing out here. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to leave the video there. I hope you found it useful. If you did, please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, turn on those bell notifications so you don't miss any videos, and leave us some feedback down below. We're always happy to hear from you. In the description below, you'll find a link to Discord, like I said earlier, free to join. Why not come check it out? Once in the general chat area, if just add mention a member of staff, we'll be happy to help you out. Also in the description below, you'll find affiliate links to both BYBIT and PrimeXBT, both great exchanges that we use on a regular basis when we're doing our trading. Uh, if you don't have an account, using the affiliate link does help support the channel, and we do appreciate it. There are deposit bonuses if you meet the requirements, which can be found through the links below. So check it out. Also, I just want to say thank you for everyone for all the support you've been giving us recently. The subscriber count has been blowing up, and we really do appreciate it. So I just wanted to say thank you again to everyone who did hit that button. Really means a big deal to us, and yeah, thank you. Everyone have a great day. We'll see you in the next one.